Alright, welcome back, distinguished viewers. It's still the Street Assembly brought to you by Citizens Information Network. We are still here live in Owerri, the capital of Imo State. I have with me fine two distinguished street representatives here with me that want to talk on the Saturday Nation. That's the Nation newspaper on Saturday. Good morning, sir. Can we meet you, sir?
Good afternoon. Thank you very much. Welcome.
Yes, sir.
My name is Emeka Kujobi, Comrade Emeka Kujobi.
All right, Mr. Emeka, can we meet you, sir?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I am George Mbara.
All right, Mr. George. Okay, quickly, let's go to the Nation newspaper. It says, why not dumped Jonathan in 2015? And another header says, ACF ex-PDP chair reply former president. So, what's your take or opinion on this?
Thank you very much. Let me quickly react to page 5 of the Nation's dailies. Why not dumped Jonathan in 2015? You know, one problem Nigeria has politically is their inability to face the realities. And in as much as we want this country to be united, solidify as one great nation, we must be able to tell ourselves the truth and face realities, irrespective of our selfish interests, irrespective of our zone, irrespective of political affiliation, religious affiliation, or what may be. In 2015, if we must have a retrospect of what happened and how Jonathan, President Goodluck Jonathan, emerged as the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, we should also realize that he was a Vice President to the late Umaru Musa Yar'Adua. And by the virtue of that, and by the constitutional provision of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the President died. He now completed his tenure in the first term. In his second term, as a legitimate son of the Federal Republic, he has the right to contest, which he contested and won. Invariably, he completed the tenure of late Yar'Adua. Why not dumped him in 2015 is because he failed to follow the zoning arrangement.
Okay, sir, talking about the zoning arrangement, I'm still going to, please hold your thoughts there, and let me come straight to my second guest here. Sir, you've heard what they said. He failed, President Jonathan failed, or why did Northern people dumped him, was because he failed to follow the zoning arrangement. What's your reaction to this, sir?
Well, I have a different view on the subject matter, because we seem to be most often politically in Nigeria moved by emotions and not by critical reasoning. We don't look at the peripheries, we look at the substance. How could we adjudge Jonathan's government? It is on that predicate that we would have known whether we should vote for him or not. Not that, what is zoning? You don't say because, and this zoning, I wonder where it is, you know, is it constitutional or is it just a speculation? Zoning. Well, I am sure why the North dumped Jonathan is as a result of their interest. And that interest is that they feel power should return to the North. And whether Jonathan would have even paid more attention to northern region or not wasn't in any way sensible to them. As long as he's not a northerner, and therefore power must return to the north. So, from my own perspective, that was why, you know, the northern part of Nigeria did not vote for Jonathan.
All right, thank you very much, sir. He's giving us another face of it, that irrespective of the zoning, the Northerners believe it's a thing of interest and power should return to them. Well, how do you react to this?
I disagree with my gentleman here, because in 2011, it was the same North that voted for him.
Well, out of compulsion.
Out of compulsion.
Sure. In 2011,
yeah,
the Northerners that failed to vote for him in 2015, if you take statistics of the votes given to him in 2011, yes, the North gave him over 60%, that emerged him victorious.
So what changed? What changed?
What changed is that if you can go to the charter of, even if zoning is not constitutional, but the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has provision for charter of APT, which is an indirect zoning arrangement in the Constitution.
Do you agree with it?
No. We want to be. No, he's begging the question. He's begging the question because we know that even for the North to announce the demise of the then president, I mean Yar'Adua, took us another stage of quagmire. It was like a speculation. He's dead. He's not dead. Who is going to? Could we hand over to Jonathan? It was another elections. So, if you follow it historically and objectively, you will find that the issue is not Jonathan. The issue is that power must reside within the northern hemisphere.
But according to him, in 2011, Jonathan won, and there was a landslide victory as well from the northern region.
That's the point we're saying, that Jonathan won was as a result of compulsion.
I'm not interested to know the circumstances that led to his victory, but the summary is that he won. Let's talk. Let's have a retrospect a bit. Let us reflash back. Had he been the president then, Alhaji Umaru Musa Yar'Adua was alive, Jonathan could have still remained his vice till 2015. And if Yar'Adua completed his tenure in 2015, there is no, if you have followed the politics of Nigeria, it is not a south dichotomy. If president comes from the north, the vice comes from the south. The north comprises the north central, northwest, northeast. While the south comprises the southeast, southwest, and south-south. That was why when, after the 1999 constitution, that was when President Obasanjo came to power, he's from the south. They gave him a vice from the north, which is Atiku Abubakar. And that was when Obasanjo completed his 8 years tenure, he has all the peripherals of power to insist, just like what the incumbent governor of Imo said was about doing in Imo before the coalition resisted him. But President Obasanjo knew quite frankly well, because he was part and parcel of that agreement in G34. The later Ekwemen was alive. All the stakeholders of Nigerian politics were all part and parcel of.
Yes, that's the point. Okay, let us remind him. Let us remind him. Whatever is the part and parcel of whatever G34 they had, Obasanjo had a third term ambition. So how could he?
But the third ambition he had, he was following it constitutionally. But he never acted any. There's never any act of tyranny.
That particular short-term ambition constitutional? Was it part of our constitution?
That was why he went through the Senate. Had he been the Senate legislated on it and gave it a legislative backend, it is now constitutional. But when it failed, there is no harm in trial. After all, in Cameroon, the current president of Cameroon, Paul Biya, has been in power since 1982.
Alright, hold your thoughts. Let's hear from him.
If it is established that there is no harm in trial, then that Jonathan became a president shouldn't have been an issue, because he has tried and succeeded. But the issue here is that there is this mentality of who should rule and where the ruler should come from.
Now let's come back. Sorry to cut you. Let's come back to why the North dumped him. Now we've said so many things as to zoning and also the northern interest on power getting back to the north. Now, guys, do we go through based on zoning or based on interest? We need to balance this now.
It is. Let me. Thank you. Though there are several factors that led to Jonathan not being voted in again in 2015. But what is fundamental is that interest overwhelmed every other aspect of politics.
Thank you very much. Interest overwhelmed every aspect, aspect of politics. And sir, what's your final take on this?
To the best of my knowledge, interest, the word interest in this discussion is in parentheses. Because what you might see as an interest might not be an interest to another person. Like to me, when Jonathan completed the tenure of his principal, which invariably means he has taken 6 years of the Northerners. He took 6 years of Yaradua. If we cross multiply.
Sorry. I just thought of what you said now. 6 years of Yaradua. Are you saying that you automatically gave Yaradua the second term without going through the right process of?
Yes. Now remember that you said, you know, I don't know where to place it, because what the Constitution says is that at a point in time where the president is incapacitated, his voice automatically becomes president. So I don't know where the term. So I don't know where he is coming of the 6 years of.
Thank you very much. The president was not incapacitated but dead. He's dead, and by the virtue of death, vacuum has been created for the president to emerge.
But that time must be completed.
Thank you. If we must have to tell ourselves the truth, for the sake of time, I could have gone into a brief historical aspect of this country, Nigeria. You will know that every synergy, relationship, bringing back in the name called Nigeria since after the Civil War was like a litmus test.
All right, distinguished viewers, it's really been a very interesting debate, and from my two distinguished representatives here, thank you very much. I really appreciate the fact that you joined us here on the Street Assembly, and also thank you, sir. It's good having you, and nice point. All right, distinguished viewers, do not forget that this is brought to you by Citizens Information Network, CIN. For more information, for more video of this news, please do click on the subscription button just by your far right there, and follow us on all social media at CIN Nigeria, or on our website at www.cinnigeria.com. Until we come your way again, do not forget that 2019 election is one election that is designed to take Nigeria to another level. Go out there, cast out your vote, defend your vote, and let the right person win. Stay blessed, stay focused, and do have a nice day.